What's up, everyone? It's me, Pair of Hand, and I don't know where Disco Dan is right now. So this is our good friend Porky. Um, he's a nice little pig. He's gonna be our other co-host for the night. He likes long walks in the park. He's also single, ladies, if you're looking for a friend. He doesn't like bacon. Who doesn't like bacon? I don't know why. He just doesn't like bacon. People often mistake him from Porky from Looney Tunes. But no, this is not Porky from Looney Tunes. He actually resides from Connecticut. He came here from Connecticut to be with us tonight. He's a farmer. He's actually a rooster farmer. He has a rooster farm where he has some award-winning roosters, and I think he might be secretly fighting them underground. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, this is Porky. He's gonna be our co-host. He's kind of shy. He doesn't talk that much, so just bear with him. But yeah.
Whoa, Pair of Hand. I'm gone for 2 minutes to go get some water, and I'm already replaced by, who'd you say? I thought it was Mr. Porkchop.
I don't know who this guy is. He just showed up.
He just magically poof.
Yeah, I don't know where he came from. He just showed up.
Wow.
Who are you? Why are you still in Disco Dan's seat? So if you want to get rid of him,
all right.
And
all right, Mr. Porky.
Yeah, we will send him to McDonald's to be made into some BLTs.
All right.
I'm just kidding. We don't. No animals were hurt in the making of this show. But so as soon as we get him out of the way, who rudely interrupted our show.
Yes, bad Porky.
Disco Dan will come back. We are gonna do a show tonight.
Good evening, everybody. Well, let's start things off. How was your day today? Do anything exciting?
Oh yeah, it was good. I actually helped my friend do some cleaning and organizing, taking out some garbage. I moved a mattress for a friend. He got a brand new mattress. We helped move that in. And
there you go.
But yeah, how about you?
That was another busy day. Well, it was a typical Monday. Wasn't super busy, but able to get out and get back at a decent time. Got back into town about 6:30 or so.
Oh wow!
Ran into a little snow today, but not a whole lot. Other than that, it was a good day. I was glad to be back and just be able to hang out. So yeah.
So today's December 3rd. So you're probably wondering what happened interesting on this day in history.
Luckily, this guy over here,
yes,
he has found a few interesting things for us.
Did you know that today in 1976, Bob Marley had an assassination attempt?
Really?
2 days before his Smile Jamaican concert.
Okay. Have you heard any tracks off that CD?
I have not, no.
All right.
He was trying to do like a thing to end war and promote peace.
Okay.
And so they asked Bob Marley. They said to him, because they didn't think he would still do the show.
Right.
That his life was almost taken.
Okay.
But he said, "Evil doesn't take a day off. Why should I?"
Yeah.
So
good words there.
End up doing the show.
Okay.
Also today in 1922, you had the first Technicolor movie air in New York City. It's called The Tall of the Sea. I've never seen that.
I've never even heard of it before tonight.
But yeah, those are some interesting things that happened today in history.
We may have to do a review on that movie and let them know how it is.
Yeah, I don't even know if it has sound or audio. I just know it's Technicolor. So.
Yeah. Check it out.
So the first thing we're going to talk about today is something that a lot of people have, tattoo and piercings.
Yeah. For myself, I've got a few.
Yeah.
Pair of Hand's got a few.
And I don't actually have my earrings in tonight. And,
yeah. So everybody knows, how many piercings do you have total?
I just right now I just have my ears. I had my lip, but it closed.
Okay.
But yeah, I just have my ears.
So only 3. total.
Three, technically two. Yeah, three total. And
tattoo wise,
I have altogether I think 7 tattoos.
7. Okay.
Which most of them are hidden. The reason I did that is sort of obviously it's not really widely accepted, in a lot of positions. Places don't want to hire you if you have tattoos on your arms,
right?
Or visible tattoos.
Yes.
So that was kind of one of the reasons. Also, just because you don't have to share your artwork with everyone, and I feel like that's kind of a way I can keep my artwork secretive.
Well, there you go.
But
now I'm curious myself, and I bet a lot of our viewers are too. Do you have any paranormal tattoos? Bigfoot, aliens, or just anything?
No, really just sort of just Batman.
Okay.
And some of my other tattoos are sort of just kind of like things that I believe. They're like, I guess in a way, protect me. I don't want to say superstitious, but it's like like the same reason people wear crosses. I have a cross tattoo, and I just feel like it's something that also it just kind of have various sort of symbols and stuff. That,
right. Well, now, what was your first one that you got?
Actually, it was with you. Remember, we got our cross together.
I thought you had one before that. I thought it was the Batman one.
No.
Nope, it was the cross one.
Remember, we got our first tattoo. We were like 17 or 18.
We were 18, and I already thought about this. I didn't get up yet, but later on tonight, guys, we'll go and post a picture of the matching. Well, they're not matching tattoos. His is a lot bigger than mine. His is a Celtic style cross, and mine's a lot smaller.
No, it's sorry. It's actually Roman.
Roman. Okay, yeah. I apologize.
Yeah. A medieval Roman.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
But still, it's a very nice looking one.
So I'm gonna pull up Area 309 so we can see what.
We got any comments rolling in already?
Yes, so we can see anybody commenting.
All right.
On our stuff.
Awesome. Well, while he's doing all that, I'll go and let everybody know about myself. I've got a total of 7 piercings. I got 3 in each ear, and I got my lip done. Tattoo-wise, I've got 4. I got 3 on my right arm and 1 on my left arm. 2 of them I got up on my upper arm, and then I got 1 down on my forearm. And then over here I got it in the middle. And then, like Marianne said, we got our first ones done back in high school. No, it was after high school. We graduated. We were 18.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we went to I'm No Angel.
Yes.
And that's actually kind of a lie because I was an angel back then. But no, we went to I'm No Angel. We got it from a guy who's kind of a little flaky, kind of shady. I don't know if you remember that guy. He was kind of weird.
He's gotten better over the time because he's actually done a few more of my tattoos. He's doing a lot better now.
Oh,
we got.
She's talking in reference to Porky because she said earlier that thing is horrific, and so Porky has feelings too.
Don't worry, we'll turn him into some bacon and some
Emily,
ham later on.
Words hurt. But no, so let me ask you this, because like I said, I got my tattoos in places where I could kind of keep them hidden, so they weren't visible because of sort of, like I said, some people look down on that, and workplaces frown upon that. So what do you think about that? Do you think workplaces should allow people with tattoos and piercings, or
to a certain degree, yes, depending on the business. Yes, I feel that it is acceptable for both tattoos and piercings. Now, for the older generation, it may scare them off if you go to a restaurant, you've got face tattoos, you've got a nose ring, and some of this other stuff. It may shun them away a little bit. That's why, unfortunately, some places they do put those folks with the tattoos and piercings, they'll put them in the kitchen. Now, for myself, I worked at a pizza place here in town about 6, 8 years ago. They had no problem with me keeping in my earrings, keeping my lip ring. They were just like, yeah, go for it. A lot of the customers, they loved it, especially some of the older crowd. They're just like, oh my gosh, yeah, it was nice. Tattoo wise though, heck, I've been to some dealerships or like furniture stores, and I'll talk to the folks. They gotta be all dressed up and whatever. Then I may end up running into them outside of their workplace, full sleeves, and it just, and there was at one point when I was selling cars that they at first allowed me to have my tattoos, and then it was dead of summer, and out of nowhere they're like, "Yeah, you're gonna start wearing a long sleeve shirt," and that only lasted like 2 days, and then my GM's was like, "No, you can go back to short sleeves."
Oh wow.
And then at a previous job, I was actually a supervisor, and I could not have visible tattoos, and I got one on my wrist. I know you guys can't really see that very well, but there for the longest time, I actually had to wear a sports band just because, even though it's nothing offensive. I got my nephew's initials on there that had passed away almost, gosh, it'd be 10 years here next year. So it's just one of those things that, depending on the position, they don't want that.
Yeah.
But now, what about for you though? How do you feel?
Well, here's the thing. The reason I think a lot of employers don't want to deal with that, or just certain clubs and things like that,
Right.
is because here's the problem. If you got a person that comes in and they have an offensive tattoo that offends someone,
Yes.
Perhaps some sort of like I would say profanity or something that could be considered, taken
Sure.
wrong, and a lot of people complain about that.
Right.
Well, if they have to tell that person you have to cover up your tattoos,
Yeah.
well then that's not fair to them, because then now you have to tell everyone to cover up their
Right.
tattoos, and then you have to single out individuals, and you have to deal with sort of all these repercussions, because it's like what becomes acceptable as a tattoo, what's not,
Right.
and I think it just creates a bunch of workplace problems, and I think they just don't want to really deal with that. And that's why some places have like uniforms, for instance, because they don't want to tell one person, oh, you can't dress like that, but then they say, well, that person shouldn't be allowed to dress that way then, and then it just turns into this big thing of what can you dress, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, and rather than deal with that headache, they just kind of
say
just none it all together. Yes.
Right.
So
now I actually had when I was younger, I worked at a place that situation kind of like that happened, but it was with piercings. I had 2 earrings at the time, one in each ear, and there was another guy who had his ear pierced too. Our GM let him wear his earring, no problem. I walk in there, and she'd be like, "No, you gotta take yours." I'm like, "But he can wear his." So it was just like, "Well, why is it any different?" Well, but we're talking about you right now.
Yeah, and I mean, say you have a tattoo and it's like super violent.
Oh yeah.
And then
Yep.
you have a kid, and you work with children or something.
Yeah.
And the children see that, and that could, cause some problems. They go back and tell their parents,
right.
or children that are just being able to read, you have profanity on your arms,
right?
And perhaps their parents would, be upset about that. So I think, just like I said, it's really just a legal thing, and I think it's more or less just employers don't want to waste their time and have to deal with lawsuits and stuff, because then if they tell a person, well, you can't have that tattoo, but other people can have other tattoos.
Yeah.
That person could go and say, well, I'm going to sue you guys for civil rights violation, because that's my rights, because maybe that's their belief or something.
Yeah.
Someone's offended by it, they tell them they can't have it. It just causes too many legal problems, so I can understand it from that aspect. Really, I think the only way to change it is you just have a thing where people are told ahead of time that you have people that have tattoos, and you have them sign some kind of waiver or something that just holds them not liable, and that they accept that you're going to be working with people who have tattoos.
That's why I've had a few employers that'll actually say, yes, you can have tattoos, but you can't have X, Y, and Z, and if you do, you're going to have to cover them up.
Yeah.
And that's the best way they can cover their own bases, is saying, yes, you can wear it, but...
Yeah, no, like I said, me personally, I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't care who's serving me. If they have tattoos all over their face, I don't really care. Like I said,
they could be the nicest person.
I think the problem, if you have to look at it from a business standpoint, if you have a business and you have employees, like I said, some might have tattoos that could be really offensive. I mean, they could have, sort of racist tattoos or hate tattoos. Like, I don't want to go into details, but
we get what you're
and then if they wear that in, and then they say, well, you can't have that tattoo, and then, well, they could say, well, these other people have tattoos that could be misconstrued the wrong way.
Yeah,
You know,
it's definitely.
You just really, it's like, where do you draw the line? You know, and I think that's just the hardest part. Is just saying, trying to tell people what is acceptable and what's not acceptable, and it's just too. Like I said, it's too much as an employer to have to be focusing on that time and resource and have to deal with those legal disputes and stuff. But yeah, I mean, personally, you said I don't really, doesn't really matter to me. Um, but speaking of tattoos, as you know, if we can get 1,500 likes before January 1st,
that's right.
This guy right here, Disco Dan, will get a tattoo, Area 309.
Yes, I will. And we still got a long ways to go. We got just under 1,500. No, a little under 1,000 left.
Yeah. So if we can get that, reach 1,500 likes, then boom,
we'll go get a tattoo,
and we'll do a live show about that.
Tell all your friends, family, tell your family, tell their friends, and so on and so forth.
So, everyone knows that, you know, it's obviously the holiday season.
Yes.
It's a rough time for everyone. You know, unfortunately, the holiday season has become a lot about sort of, it's been taken over by greed in a sense, and it's not so much about family, it's more about, you know, gifts and sort of, I think people I know, they get sort of upset, especially when they can't afford Christmas presents for the people they love, and they feel like, you know, like a bad parent or a bad person because they can't get their family presents, and, you know, they're rushing to try and get as many presents as possible.
Right.
It also becomes like, you know, what do I get? I want, and it creates a lot of stress for people. You know, it puts a lot of pressure on people, and especially just on the holidays is about family. Some people don't have families. Some people are alone on the holidays, and that's even harder for them. And but my personal advice that I would give you is that. So I promise that wasn't a ghost or anything. That's actually the dog, Kashi. But yeah, the best advice I can give to you, you know, is that you have to remember that the holidays is sort of about love, and it's sort of about, it's not, love isn't about money. Love isn't what you can buy someone or give them. Love is about just loving a person and showing them that you care about them. And even if you're alone on the holidays, you know, you still have the opportunity to give love. You know, just be nice to people. If you have the opportunity to help someone. You know, go and visit a family member that you haven't seen in a while, or visit a friend, or you know, you see an older lady walking to her car and she needs help her out. You know.
Well, if you don't mind me interrupting you.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I actually saw a story on Facebook, kind of like that. This older lady, she was trying to text her nephew or her son or grandson or something, end up texting the wrong person, and she ends up having a stranger coming over for, I think it was Thanksgiving, and once she found out who this person was, she's just like, who are you, what are you doing here, kind of thing. She's like, I don't know what happened, and the gentleman was like, well, you sent me a message, and she's like, well, it's Thanksgiving, I can't just leave you out there, or maybe it was Christmas, one of the two, but long story short, 3 years have gone by now, and they make it it's a tradition for them now.
Oh wow!
So that kind of just goes to your thing, you know. It happens, strange things happens, but just get out there, enjoy your family.
And if you see someone who's alone on the holidays, you know, invite them to events. You know, go the extra mile to get them there, and sort of show them a good time. You know, you don't have to buy fancy gifts for people. I think sometimes love goes a long way. And sometimes letting someone know that you care about them, that's
simple, just Merry Christmas.
Better than any gift. And we have to understand that we control. We basically are sailing through the waters of life, and we control the ship. We're the captain, and in life we're given everything we need to be happy. You know, like a captain, he uses the stars to navigate, and a compass, and sort of, if we know the right things in life to guide us, then we can be guided to happiness. And is there anything you want to add?
I think you said it pretty well yourself. Just show the love during the Christmas and Thanksgiving time. You know, just get out there and invite your families. If you guys are churchgoers, and invite them to Christmas service, or if your kids are in a Christmas program, just simple, small stuff like that. With that all being said, though, let's change gears and let's talk about favorite Christmas movies. If you can't pick out the top 5, what would you at least say is, you know, 1 or 2 of your top favorite Christmas movies?
I would say National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh, yes.
I love Chevy Chase.
Yes.
I think it's a really funny, cool family movie.
Okay.
But how about you, Disco Dan?
We're gonna have to go a little bit older, or maybe the same era, but A Christmas Story.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And not only that one, but Home Alone. Home Alone is a good one as well. But yeah.
And I'm trying to think. There's another good one, but I can't remember it offhand that I watched. Well, Die Hard. They say it's not a Christmas movie, but I watched Die Hard. I like The Grinch.
Yes, yeah. I think we talked about that last week or so, because of the couple different versions, and I yet to see previews for the new one, but it looks like it'd be halfway decent.
And but yeah, so yeah, that's
a couple Christmas movies. And then what about? Because we had fun doing this game last night, but we were talking about coming up with new ideas. So you had a new idea for a game tonight?
Yeah, it's just very simple. I was just gonna do a little bit of trivia and see how much you know. Just go, Dan.
All right. What's the topic?
So, and we just talked about this in 2000. Who was the actor that played the Grinch in the movie The Grinch?
Oh, that is Jim Carrey.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Which snake? What is the only snake that builds a nest for its eggs?
Only snake that builds a nest for its eggs. That is a toughie. Can I get a couple choices?
Okay. He is a ruler snake.
Okay.
It's also named after a car.
Okay. The King Cobra?
Yes.
All right.
King Cobra. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Do you know the largest country in Europe?
Largest country in Europe. You made me look like a fool.
No, it's these are ones that not many people got, so it's alright.
Is it in Europe? Is it England?
It is Ukraine.
Okay.
So the word pub. Do you know what pub is short for?
Public?
Public house, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Public house.
Yeah.
Hence why we have one of those in town.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. All right.
And do you know the birthplace of Edgar Allan Poe?
Oh, I should, because I think you posted this a while back.
It's the name of a baked bean.
Bushes.
Boston
baked beans. Okay.
Okay. And what year did the first episode of Scooby-Doo air?
Oh, I think it was 68.
Close, 69.
Dang it! I knew I should have said that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aired in 1969. The first episode of Scooby-Doo.
Wow. Good cartoon.
And I believe Casey Kasem was playing Shaggy.
He played Shaggy for like 40 some odd years.
So, yeah, that's our trivia game. And if you have any ideas for games we can play, feel free to tell us. We'd love to hear.
Oh yeah.
Any cool games we can play on the show. Show. Emily says she likes the Muppet Christmas Carol and Grinch.
Oh, that is a very good one.
Yes. Yeah, definitely a really good one.
When was the last time you watched that one?
Last year.
Dang.
They actually have it at the library.
Okay.
I checked it out.
Now, did you ever see the Christmas Carol? I think with Jim Carrey. I think he ended up doing a version of it.
Yeah, I didn't really like that one. The live it was like live.
Yeah,
action. Not live action.
Yeah,
an animation one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't really like that one.
Okay.
There's one with Bill Murray. And, Scrooged.
Scrooged, yes.
Yeah, that
yes.
one's pretty good.
Okay.
There's one with the guy who plays Magneto in the X-Men movies.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or no, Professor Xavier.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So next, this is something interesting. We're gonna go a little deep here.
How deep are you talking?
We're gonna go into some fan theories.
All right.
And these are some of the ones I found interesting. The first one, if you are a fan of King of the Hill.
Yes.
So there is this fan theory that Bobby is not actually Hank Hill's son.
What?
And yeah.
Oh.
It's believed that because Hank Hill had a narrow urethra, he couldn't have children. So Peggy had a child with Bill Dotrey.
Oh gosh.
And Bill Dotrey is actually Bobby's father, and that is why Bobby acts like more like Bill than Hank, and he appears to be more like Bill Dotrey, and that is.
I can kind of see that, but he still looks like Hank, though. That's the thing.
So,
but the traits are from Bill.
And there's a lot of weird things on the show like that. You know, John Redcorn and just a lot of weird things on the show. So it's possible. This one I found kind of cool. There is a fan theory of the Titanic that Jack is actually a time traveler sent back in time to save Rose from jumping off the ship. I don't know if you remember that scene. She's going to jump off the back of the ship and take her own life. And it's believed that if she didn't do that, if she did jump off and take her own life, then perhaps the Titanic wouldn't have sank, and it would have changed the timeline. Created this alternate timeline and ruined the future. So it's believed Jack was sent back in time to rescue Rose. And so it's kind of a bit like Donnie Darko, I guess.
Yes.
Some people believe it's kind of like a Donnie Darko type thing. So
scenario.
Yeah. And then
our buddy Austin, he's gonna love this one.
Rugrats. And this is something I just noticed too. Is if you watch the show Rugrats, a few of the toys actually are from Doctor Who. Like they show a toy that looks exactly like the TARDIS from Doctor Who. And there's other things as well that are present in Rugrats that are in the Doctor Who show. Tommy, he carries a screwdriver which he uses to get out of his crib, and just like Doctor Who has his screwdriver, so it's believed that Tommy actually is
one of the doctors.
Yeah, one of the doctors.
Okay.
And he helps the babies on missions and stuff.
Right.
And perhaps when they kind of go to like alternate realities, in a sense, he's taking them there to these alternate realities.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that was one I found really cool. And you got one about Johnny Test.
Yeah, because me and my daughter, we've been starting watching that a little bit more here lately. And if you guys don't know much about it, Johnny Test is this flamehead kid, and he's got two sisters that are super nerds, basically, and a talking dog. So my theory, or kind of weird fact is, okay, so first episode, they got everything going on, but the dog, he's talking, but you never know how everything started. So it's just one of those things is like, okay, they never backtrack on why or how the dog starts talking. And I know you're not really into that. You haven't really checked it out, but
yeah, no. For some reason, I almost thought it was Phineas and Ferb, and I got
Phineas
those
and Ferbs
two mixed up. But I watched Phineas and Ferb, but I didn't get a chance to watch Johnny Test.
Yeah.
I watched Danny Phantom and a few of the other Disney ones.
Right.
It was on the Disney Channel, right?
Johnny Test was on Cartoon Network. Yeah. But,
but yeah, I think that's pretty much
all the fan theory for this time. And then we also wanted to give you guys another update regarding. Whoops. We're gonna give you an update about game night tomorrow night, singles night, but it's also game night over at W.E. Sullivan's up on Prospect. If you guys don't know where it's at, you can either look up on Facebook or get a hold of myself or Parahan. But yes, it's called W.E. Sullivan's. You can get up there anytime between like 7:30. We usually eat first and then start playing games anywhere from 7:45 to 8 on. and we'll probably be up there till at least maybe 10 or 11. You can come and go as you please and all that. But yeah, just coming out, play some games, have some good food, and just hang out.
Yeah, if you can, tell your friends that tell them, hey, there's a singles night. If you guys bring them with you, if you're not a single, come as well.
It doesn't have to be for singles. It just that's just we want to try to get all the singles involved and try to get them to mingle.
Yes, definitely. So everyone is welcome to come.
Exactly.
And, sort of like a meet and greet. We're trying to get another meet and greet as well.
Yes.
Gonna put some of the ideas on a vote and see what people think is best.
Yeah.
And I think did you want to talk about who you might possibly have on the show? Ukulele.
Oh no, we're gonna let this be a surprise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't quite tell actually if it was a ukulele or if it was actually a guitar.
Okay.
I couldn't get a full view.
So we kind of gave away a little bit, but that's.
We got a musician that hopefully, it may not be this year, but hopefully at the beginning of the year. But we've got, at this time, what it feels like 4 or 5 different interviews lined up.
Yeah.
And what we'll hopefully be able to do is space them out so we're not doing them all in the same week. We'll see if we can do one every week or maybe 2 in a week or something.
Yes, and definitely pay attention to the site. We'll try and keep you updated as possible.
Yeah, I'll put it out there on mine hopefully, and then Parahan will see about putting it on his. But yeah, we're just gonna get them on out there.
All right. Is there anything else you had?
I think that's it because I know you got another show coming up here in a little bit that you got to go and get ready for. So everybody, stay tuned because Parahan's got a show coming up probably within the next 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Have a good night.